Meteorologist Eric Alf is keeping us in suspense with today's forecast.
It's going to be nice today, John, but I will say that some portions of the peninsula yesterday saw some welcome soaking rain. We've had multiple reports with rainfall totals over an inch. Gumboro, for example, 1.88 inches, and Georgetown, 1.05 inches of rainfall from yesterday's thunderstorms. So the bulk of the thunderstorms were in a good chunk of southern Sussex County, down into northeastern Wycomico County, and even portions of Worcester County saw some pretty good doses of rainfall from the thunderstorms yesterday. But the front that produced those thunderstorms is now 2 hours south, and we got high pressure building, and that's going to send in easterly winds for today going into tomorrow. And that's going to bring in some drier weather, and temperatures a little bit cooler, especially along the coastline. And that's going to include today. So we'll show you how it plays out on Futurecast. Along the coastline, it's going to be a little bit cooler. And because of the easterly winds, the instability needed for pop-up thunderstorms will be greatest for areas towards the west. So areas west of U.S. Route 13, that's going to be your best potential for a pop-up shower or thunderstorm. And maybe one or two of these thunderstorms could be a bit on the heavier side. But I think overall coverage should be fairly isolated in nature, and especially the further east you go, the better chance you have at a completely dry day. Now, because the onshore winds are going to be persistent through tonight, skies will become mostly cloudy, and starting tomorrow could be a little bit on that cloudier side. But the thinking is that this cloud cover should be burning off at least somewhat during the afternoon, so we'll call it mostly sunny skies for Saturday. We've got no chance for rain in the forecast for Saturday, with temperatures rising to the mid-80s. So it's going to be pretty nice out there. In terms of the humidity, it will be humid today and quite humid for Saturday, but going into the start of next week, and especially the middle, dew points dropping off a little bit between 65 and 70 degrees, so a bit humid, but nothing too bad for this time of the year. Now, in terms of the tropics, we're still watching Tropical Storm Erin. It's expected to form into a Category 1 hurricane later today, make a bend towards the north on Sunday, and still retain its potentially major category major hurricane strength, I should say, by the time we get to this weekend into the start of next week. And much of our computer models still suggest that this is going to generally push offshore towards the north and east away from us. So high confidence really that we're not going to see any direct impacts from this. However, this is going to send in some high surf and dangerous wind currents our way for much of next week. So definitely something to keep in mind if you plan to go to the beach. 83 to 88 for today, with an isolated shower or a thunderstorm becoming mostly cloudy for tonight, with temperatures between 69 and 74 degrees. Weekend's looking pretty good, but it does get a little bit hot on Sunday, close to 90 degrees, and then a slight chance for showers Monday, then cooler for the middle of next week. John?